Thank you for joining us for this episode of the KW Opportunity with me, Kathy Gibson. And today's special guest is Mike Ray.
Mike has stepped into a brand new opportunity. But before we reveal his new opportunity, Mike, tell us where your KW opportunity began.
Absolutely. So I started back in 2012, 8 years ago this month. August was my first month with Keller Williams. I was brand new to the real estate business, and I joined a market center down in Peachtree City, Georgia. I was agent number 73 that joined that office. They were a really small office, and I jumped in and started learning real estate. It was a new field for me, a new career for me. And after about 2 months of kind of trudging on my own, learning and having some success, I joined a team and partnered with a lady there and became her lead buyer's agent. So that's where it all began. I was selling houses.
Right.
Was in Peachtree City, Georgia. So,
well, you are the epitome of making an opportunity go a long way. So tell our audience today where you're at today with your KW opportunity.
Sure. So fast forward 8 years, and I'm sure, Kathy, you're going to walk us back through some of this journey. But sitting here today, I'm in the Keller Williams Southeast Region office. I'm serving as the area director for the next few months. And then January 1st, 2020, just a few months away, I will be the new regional director of the Southeast region, which is the largest Keller Williams region, the award-winning Southeast region, the largest territory, largest agent count. So I'm super honored, very humbled by that. And I give huge success to KW.
Follow Mike's steps on this opportunity map.
Keller Williams opportunity. What does that mean to you?
So what I realized early on at KW is that there were lots of different opportunities. From the beginning, it was really about setting my journey in real estate. Like, how much money did I want to make? What did my real estate career, what did I want to look like? Was I happy being on a team? Did I want to build my own team? There were lots of different options, and within those options, there were opportunities. And it really came down to, what did I want to do? And so I keep saying I, because it really was about my choices, my decisions, what I was willing to put into my business, what I was really, what goals I wanted to set, how did all that fit together? And at KW, what I learned very quickly was there was a roadmap. It unlocked more opportunities, like, oh, I should hire a coach, and this coach is now going to give me tools, and this coach is going to guide me on this journey. And as the coach saw me meet goals, then we started setting bigger goals, and from those goals, more opportunities opened up. So it really was, it was a whole platform and a whole system that you can really kind of chart your own course. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And I've seen lots of people within KW draw these massive diagrams. You've seen these, right, Kathy?
Yep.
You can say, well, I don't really like selling houses. That kind of is, I don't like dealing with people. Well, you could build a team, or you could go into a broker side of things, or you really have a passion for teaching, and there's opportunities to instruct and lead because we are a training-based company, or you really get excited about coaching people. And so within the Market Center, there's productivity coaching and mentoring. And from there, it can go even to a national platform. There's just so many opportunities that just layer upon layer. So when I think about KW, it's a whole big bunch of stuff, and it's all about, where do you want to go next? What opportunity do you want, right?
Yep, absolutely. So tell our viewers how you seize the opportunity from lead buyer's agent to your next role, because we've got several roles to cover.
Yeah, so I really wasn't looking for anything. I was so new to real estate, and all of it was just like a fire hydrant of water flowing at me, of learning. But I quickly realized that, I could sell houses, and I had a good time. I was Rookie of the Year for our area, and I was a top 5 Rookie of the Year for the region. And that started getting me noticed a little bit, I think. So it was really about hard work, selling a bunch of houses, having some success in real estate, showing up in the Market Center from a cultural standpoint. I volunteered, I participated, I attended classes. And from those opportunities, my next real big shot was being an agent leadership council member in the Peachtree City office in my second year in real estate. That was a lot of fun. And in that year, my business partner and I, we attained the millionaire real estate agent status. We grossed $1 million in closed commissions that year, which was crazy to think about 2 years into the business, but we did it. We just followed the model. Well, that success led to a conversation about, have you ever thought about being a team leader of a market center, which is what you get to do every day, Kathy? And I thought, nope, never thought about that. I was just selling some houses, having a good time. But it was a conversation that took about 5 months. And we went on a journey, myself and my current team leader, of just discovering what opportunity in team leading might look like for me, and where would that go. And so that was my next platform, was the team leader of the Peachtree City office. I stepped away from production, said, okay, we'll try it. There were 116 agents in that office. I took over. So we hadn't grown a lot, but we were steady moving forward. And I realized quickly that if I needed to replace the income that I was losing selling real estate, I better grow that market center. So that's what we had the work to do. So that was my second opportunity.
Well, I have been watching you from afar on your journey and going from one market center to the next.
Yeah.
And then accomplishing, oh my gosh, you accomplished the highest agent count in all of the Southeast region. So you showed up big for that opportunity. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so as Peachtree City grew, we knew we were kind of reaching some plateaus. And so we were looking at what was next for me and just trying to figure out what opportunity might exist within KW. And I started exploring those. And along that journey, Keller Williams First Atlanta Sandy Springs, which, as you mentioned, is the largest Keller Williams office in the region, reached out. They had an opening. The team leader was moving into a new opportunity with KW, another KW opportunity, and they needed a new leader. And so we started conversations around that, and I ended up making a move there in 2017. Great decision, great opportunity, great, amazing group of people, totally radically different from where I was in Peachtree City. Some people may know Peachtree City. They drove around on golf carts. You don't drive on golf carts in downtown Atlanta, which is where I moved to. We set a goal and wanted to move us to the largest agent count. So we crossed 500 agents in that next year in 2018, which was incredible. It was fun. It was a big journey. And what that led to was more profitability for the market center, more volume closed in sales, more units closed, which just secured us in a position of being the #1 KW profitable market center in the Southeast, to currently being the #1 most profitable Keller Williams in all of KW, which is kind of cool. So that was a big goal. Our agent leadership council, our owner team, everybody wanted to get there. We'd always hovered around that number, that top group of market centers, but staying at #1 for an extended period of time, that's pretty cool.
So what I hear you saying is you went in and you set unprecedented records. You showed up in a big way, and your team believed in you beyond belief. I saw the post with all of your agent leadership council and the going away party that they threw you. So how does that make you feel within the opportunity that they're sending you off like that?
Well, I think it's part of the KW culture. And when you talk about opportunity at Keller Williams, and it's very different from other real estate companies, being a culture-driven company where we have a value system that's in place, and our Y4C2Ts, that's our value. It's a weird acronym, and people always think, what does it mean? I learned it early on, and it matters. And what I learned in this whole journey of opportunity is it is a collective effort. It was a group effort. It was a collaborative effort among a whole bunch of leaders, from the staff to the agents. And when we all are in sync together around the culture, and we all set goals to grow, it just opens doors for everybody. Because I watch my agents' business soar, and I watch our leaders grow in our market center. And that, for me, what it's been has been a next opportunity, and to celebrate with them and see their excitement for what's next for me shows that we did it together. And it wasn't just about me seeing the next thing as a stepping stone, but as we're growing together, and they'll always be a part of my story. They're a part of my life. They're my family.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm sure somewhere on that wall is their going away present to you.
Yes, absolutely.
So how did you prepare as a team leader? How did you prepare for this next role, which is obviously much larger in a sense, because you've got over, what is it now, 13,000 agents in the region?
Something like that. And growing every month, which is fun. That's a good part of it is at KW, we have so many different things that are educationally training based. And one of my favorites has always been the 6 personal perspectives. And it's foundational to what Gary Keller used when he wrote the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. And in that group is the 6 different things that top producers had in common, right? We all, you know what this is, Kathy. And one of those was being learning based. And commitment to self-mastery is another one. And those 2 have always kind of jumped out at me as staying in a mindset of always growing and learning. And that meant digging in not to just what I needed to do day to day, but understanding the bigger picture of how we fit into it. Because when I understood, well, KW First Atlanta looks like this, or KW Peachtree City looks like this, as we grow, we can move within the organization and increase our opportunities within the organization. That's how I started looking at it. And as I learned more about Keller Williams, I saw and understood the regional opportunity. So when they made the phone call and said, hey, you want to talk about that opportunity? I said, sure, let's talk about it. Because it is interesting. It's a whole different platform where I'm headed today, than managing a market center, but they're all connected. We're all connected into this big culture of what makes KW unique and fascinating. And that self-mastery piece meant that there were days that, I was adding extra stuff to my schedule to learn about something, or to be in a webinar, or to be in a class. That's what that was all about. So to me, it's a foundation of who KW is.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. The educational opportunities here aren't limited at all. And just when you think, oh, I think I've got everything, Gary Keller comes out with something else. We just went through 3 different classes last month that weren't even available before COVID. So, yeah.
And I love that from a leadership standpoint, and for those who might be watching this that are thinking, well, I really would like to learn about leadership. Leadership is always evolving as well. I can look back on my journey of over 5 years of being a team leader and think about all the initiatives. And you and I started not that far apart from each other. So we've been in the journey, right? There's so many things that have changed and grown. And we're doing one right now where we're looking at the different agent models within an office to talk about how can we better serve our agents from being a dependent or an interdependent or an independent model. And I love that there's a constant evolution in leadership at KW, constant growth platform. And just like you said, those evolve into classes and discussions, and it's fun to watch it. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, but in the end, there's a huge benefit in that. Agreed.
Yep, absolutely. I completely agree with you. So let's take it back to before you got into this position. What life experience do you have that makes you feel prepared for this?
So I come from a kind of a weird background. I helped mega churches build mega church campuses, which is kind of a weird kind of thing. I was part of different ministry teams for churches in different states, and we would move and they would have a project, and it was all about kind of restructuring and reorganizing. And it involves some real estate too. That's where kind of my passion for real estate, one, moving a lot, and then also buying land and helping organizations build things on them. That was always fun to me. But I think in preparing for that, one thing that's always jumped out to me is having more of a servant leadership heart than a positional leadership heart. For me, I might have a title that says I'm somebody, but if my heart is not about taking care of the people that I'm there to lead and to serve, then I'll never get very far in this business. And so it's always been for me about how can I best serve the people that I'm working with? And that to me has served me well. I don't know how to say it. I learned that really from probably church life more than anything else. That's kind of like the model in church world, right? You know,
Yeah.
but it has such great application in the business world if we'll just embrace that. I don't know that I'm really a lot different than I ever have been in any organization I've been in. It's about showing up and having energy and being engaged and coming from the mindset of not what is Kathy going to do for me today, but what can I do to help Kathy's day be better?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and actually that has been very transparent throughout the time that I've known you. You know, from sitting at regional meetings on the sofa the night before, all the way to, I think our last deep in-depth conversation was out in Dallas for family reunion. So you have always had that heart, and I think that is one of the reasons why people are attracted to you, because of that specifically.
You know, I've said to my coaches about that, Kathy, that's not, I mean, there may be something personality driven but that's something anybody can do, you know? That is such a transferable skill set. If we'll just put our mind and our energy towards other people and not ourselves, and come from a place of contribution, which is also KW culture, it will just blossom and grow, and people are attracted to that. I know that they are. And I'm not anything unique or special in that. I think anybody can emulate that and make that an opportunity for themselves to grow as a leader.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Okay, so my next to last question, what's the one piece of advice that you would give to anyone that's looking to be in leadership?
Can I give two?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So,
just because you're my gray though. All right.
Okay, good. I'll take that. Number one, be consistent and persistent in your business. Be consistent every day. Show up, work in your business, be persistent, chase your real estate goals and dreams, and be successful there. And you don't have to be, you know, a millionaire real estate agent. You don't have to sell hundreds of houses for an opportunity. But there is a piece of this journey that your consistency in time on task over time makes a huge difference to your success. And so I just encourage people all the time, you cannot come in, sell a few houses, disappear, come back, sell a few houses, and be so inconsistent and expect anybody to see you as a leader. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does.
Second piece of advice in that is commit to learn about all the different opportunities. Be learning based in your mindset around this. I see a lot of people who think that they just want to jump into the opportunity because it exists, and they really haven't understood it, learned it, spent time with leaders asking questions, digging into what all of it looks like, because lots of times leadership is not easy, and you can jump into a position and jump out too quickly, and it doesn't just hurt your career, it hurts other people's careers as well. So take the time to really explore and learn and invest in yourself in learning, and have conversations, purposeful conversations with other leaders to talk about their journey, to talk about the roles they've been in, what they liked, what they didn't like. I think that is a piece that a lot of people are afraid to raise their hand and ask the question, and you got to spend some time in that.
Yep, absolutely. One of the things that I did when I first became a team leader, I didn't know that I wanted to be a team leader. I thought broker was it because I came from another company. So you're exactly right in exploring the opportunities that are out there and asking a lot of questions. Because when I started asking the right questions, I realized I don't want to be the broker. I'd rather be the team leader.
It's a whole lot more fun. That's
absolutely. What haven't I asked you that you would like to talk about for opportunity within KW?
You know, you've asked some great questions, and I've probably been a little bit all over the place. But the only thing I would add to our whole conversation, Kathy, is you guys show up every day, have fun in your business, give energy. When your mindset's not right, go home. You know, take a break. But this company is just full of opportunity, and stick with this company. You know, I see a lot of agents jump in this business, have big goals and ideas, and then they chase a shiny object to another real estate company, or they'll go someplace and think, well, I need to make a discount broker decision because of expenses. That up and down journey doesn't open doors. So if you really have a heart and a passion for what's next, and you have big ideas of more at KW, from being an investor or a team leader, an OP, a coach, whatever that may be, you got to get in here and build a life here. That's the only thing I would probably add.
Well, you have certainly built the life for yourself and your family. And I thank you for spending your time with me today.
For more KW opportunities, call 205-822-2272.